guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. Today's video is the first from me in about two and a half weeks. Had a little accident. I did post it on my community tab, but I'm so clumsy. I fell down the last step of my stairs and I pulled all the muscles like in my ribs and like my obliques. Oh guys, it's just been so painful. You wouldn't believe that falling down one little stair could cause so much pain. I've not been able to sleep with it. Oh, it's been horrible. So feeling a lot better now, but I just thought I'd ease back into things with a haul rather than a tutorial, and then the next video from me will be using some of these things that I've hauled. Now, it's not often that you see a haul from me, so if you want to see why I've bought it and what things I've bought, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so as you know, if you've been here for a while, I've been on a low buy for the whole of 2022, and I had a target in mind of how many palettes to buy, or less than that, of 10 palettes, and I've exceeded it, but I'm not mad about it at all. I'm so excited for the things that I've got, and I think that was part of the reason for doing the low buy for me, was to kind of reignite my love for makeup again. I was buying everything and anything and not really putting that consideration into it as to whether I really wanted it or needed it. And I was just adding way too many things to my collection. But I'm really excited about these things that I've added, so it's not a bad thing. I think it will take my total up to 14 for the year. And I do have my eye on one thing for Black Friday as well, so probably be 15. So in some ways you could say I've failed, but in other ways you could say I've done really well, because last year I bought 30 palettes, so I've bought half. So having a target definitely helps. But yeah, let's just get into it and I'll show you the things that I've bought and why I'm so excited about them. So the first thing that I've bought is the Luna Beauty 12 Days of Luna Calendar. Now, you're not going to see an unboxing of this on my channel. There's been so many people have done it. I've watched them, so I do know what the colour story is. But I want to unbox this, or not unbox it, but like open each of the windows kind of running up to Christmas. And I've never bought myself a beauty advent calendar before, so I'm super excited for it. But if you're not aware, that's what it looks like inside. You've got like an area there for the palette, and then you've got all the shades. And I don't even think I'll throw this away afterwards. It so exceeded my expectations. It's like the hardest cardboard, really class. So I think that might live in my background in the future. But I really wanted it because of the gorgeous packaging of the palette. I love this moon packaging he does, where it's kind of like raised. It's just so beautiful. Thought this was a nice size as well. I'm going on holiday on Boxing Day, and I thought I'll take this one with me and use it while I'm there, because it's going to have quite a lot of neutral shades in. I do know that, and that's kind of what I wear on holiday. So yeah, super excited for it. If you guys haven't seen it, the inside you've just got like all of the like spare magnetic places to put the colours, and I've put day 9 in there because he gives you an extra day 9 because there was something wrong in the pressing of the day 9 that's in the palette. But other than that, not touched it, not opened it. Probably going to start on the 1st of December opening that, and I'm super excited for it. And one thing just to say, if you're from the UK, Luna Beauty are awesome with their shipping. So I'm just getting so tired of seeing shipping that's like ridiculously expensive to the UK, because, well, like the Glam Light and Scooby-Doo collection, I so would have bought that. It looks amazing. I like the packaging. I'm such a collector of anything that's like movie tie-in. But $35, and that was just for the palette bundle. So the palette bundle was going to be something like $36 to buy, and then it would have been $35 to get it to the UK. That's just insane. You know, I'm pretty crazy when it comes to buying makeup, but not that crazy. So I wasn't doing that. But Luna Beauty, I think it was something like $8, which when you consider the size of that box, you know, that's an incredible deal. So if he can do it, and he's quite a small indie brand really, you know, it could be done by other brands, and I just don't think they care enough about their overseas customers to negotiate rates, or maybe to suck up some of the cost of the delivery. So I'm buying from brands that look after us these days, or I'm buying from Beauty Bay, or trying to get a deal, because, you know, the almighty dollar counts. And I think, you know, we're into this sort of really difficult time at the moment, or I think it's everywhere in the world, but in the UK it's crazy. You know, the bills going up, and you know, the economy is just terrible. So, you know, you've got to be careful where you spend your money. So yeah, that's a long way of saying that Luna Beauty have awesome shipping, comes really quickly, and I'm going to support brands that do that kind of thing. So super excited for that. And I've seen lots of new releases for Halloween. You guys know I love Halloween. I was so sad that I had my accident on, I think it was the 26th, it was a Wednesday night. I hadn't been able to film that week prior to that because I'd been busy, and so I'd got the Friday off, the 28th, and I was going to spend the day filming some looks, and I was going to upload every day, like the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I got so many ideas for Halloween looks, and then I didn't end up doing it. But obviously, you know, I love Halloween, and I've loved seeing all of these beautiful releases that have come out for Halloween. There's been so many this year, like the Gourmand Girls Spook palette was awesome. I'm trying to think of Bella Beauty Bar, Strange and Unusual tempted me. There was a lot, but I decided in the end that I wanted to get one that wasn't just so Halloween themed and that I could use any time of year, and that I hadn't used anything from this brand in a long time, or not bought anything anyway, and that's the Ace Beauté Ambiance palette. Now, I've not seen anybody that I watch do a review on this at all, so I don't know why, because honestly the colour story of it is just so beautiful. Let's just bring it in nice and close so you can see. I guess you could say it's a fall palette, but it's got these Halloween colours. So you've got the purples and the greens and this really gorgeous like deep wine tone here. This kind of mustardy yellow. It's all the colours that I love in an eyeshadow palette in one palette. And I saw the swatches on their page and I just thought, oh, this is just stunning. I want to own this. And I'm really super curious to know whether the formula is different, because everybody said that they didn't like the formula previously from Ace Beauté. I've always thought it was great. I've got the Flare palette, the Oceanic palette and the Classical Paradise in the old formula. But super excited to try this. The shimmers definitely look different, and I'm a bit concerned looking at them in the pan as to whether there'll be that kind of putty shimmer thing that I don't like with the encapsulated glitter in it. But even so, they do look super beautiful. That one's interesting, that one called Aura. It's got a kind of white kind of flecks in it. A bit like what Game Beauty have had in one of their palettes, if you know the palette I'm talking about. So yeah, super excited to use this one and to try it out. So yeah, don't regret that. I think the shipping was $20 on that one. That's kind of about as high as I'll go these days. But it just ticks so many boxes in terms of colour story, and I love the other palettes I've got from the brand, and I was curious to try the new formula, so that's why I got that one. Okay, so I wasn't going to get anything else. That was going to be it. And then Pat McGrath had a sale, and I've got all of the Mothership palettes. Well, I had 8 of them, and I was just missing 9 and 10. Now, I don't know if you guys know, they do a bundle where you can decide what palettes you want to pair together. You can put 2 of the palettes together for £177. But every time I look to get the 2 that I didn't have, which was Utopian Dream, which is number 9, and Moonlit Seduction, which is number 10, they didn't have one or the other in stock, so I couldn't put them together. But the stars aligned because they had them both in stock. They were £177 for the bundle, and they're normally £115 each on her site. But then they had a 30% off, and I was like, this won't work on this bundle surely, but it did. So I got a further £53 off. So it was £124 for both of these 2 motherships, and it's free shipping to the UK from the Pat McGrath website. So I just couldn't resist, and I decided I'm such a collector for Pat McGrath now, and I just wanted to get the final 2 palettes that I didn't own. So yeah, super excited to have them. Now, this is where I think being on a low buy really comes into its own, because I'd looked at both of these palettes as they came out, kind of put them on my radar. Wasn't prepared to spend the amount that they are because they're super expensive. But you know, it's not all about denying yourself everything that you might want. It's about making sensible and wise choices, I think. So anyway, this is the packaging of the Utopian Dream. You must have seen it if you're a YouTube watcher and you like Pat McGrath, but gorgeous packaging. We were kind of teased that there might be some blue. There isn't. There's a gorgeous purple in there though. I always feel like I've bought something so luxurious and beautiful when I buy one of these palettes. They just sing to my soul, honestly. But that's the purpley colour at the top that kind of echoes the packaging. It's a duochrome kind of pink to purple, really pretty. You've got a couple of the baked formula like the Blitz Astral shades in there, and they're mostly kind of warm tones, but that orangey pinky salmon sort of colour is gorgeous. I think this is reflecting a bit off my ring light, so I'm super sorry if it is, but you know, it's a basic beach palette really with a couple of really special shades, but it's the formula for Pat McGrath that really suckers me in, and I've not even touched it so I could show you guys before I do anything with it. I've had this about 2 weeks in my collection now. And then as I say, I bought the number 10 as well, which is the Moonlit Seduction, and that's the packaging for that one. I love the packaging on these, you know, with the cotton that goes around and just the artwork, just stunning. And then this is the shades for the Moonlit Seduction, and it's a cool tone dream. It's gorgeous. It doesn't have the special shades, you know, the Blitzer Astral shades, so these are all just shimmers, but they're so sparkly and iridescent and beautiful. But I really like the cool tone kind of plummy, I don't know if you'd say mauvey kind of neutrals that are in this one. I think it's one of my favourites that she's ever done actually, and I don't think a lot of people felt that way, but honestly it's just stunning. I think either of those two all over the lid and then topped with any of those glittery sparkly shades, they're just breathtaking in real life. I don't think you can do it justice on camera, but I will make videos on both of these palettes, and I'll probably start doing a few more Pat McGrath videos on my channel as well. I want to start doing a lot more neutral makeup. I've really started to enjoy neutral makeup just lately. Don't know what's wrong with me. I'm never going to stop doing my colourful and dramatic makeup, but I've always loved neutral makeup. I just haven't really showcased it on my channel, but I think I'm going to next year. And yeah, that was going to be it. She said that before when she's talking about the Pat McGrath, but no, it really was going to be it. Wasn't going to get anything else, and then I had this accident. I was just feeling so low, so down, and I just started perusing Beauty Bay's site to think I just want to buy something to just like cheer myself up. It's the worst reason to buy something, but the things I've bought as a result of it I'm really, really happy with. So I've wanted both of these palettes for a long time. One of them's really old, one of them's like 6 months old, and it's the Melt Gemini palettes. Now, I love Melt, and it's unusual for me not to have the Melt Gemini, I guess, because I think I've got 13 or 14 Melt palettes altogether now. But that's the outer packaging. They redid the packaging when they brought out the Gemini 2, and it's got this super beautiful rose packaging on the outside of the palette. Just beautiful. And then they've kept the same shades. They've got rose embossing in them now, and just a dream of a grungy neutral colour story for me. I love all these olivey green tones. I love a black in a palette, and these kind of pukey brown kind of shades are where my heart is if it's to be neutrals. Either really cool tone neutrals or these kind of mustardy pukey kind of shades are my favourites. So got so many ideas for looks for this one. I think this is going to be more of an everyday one for me. I'll get a lot of use out of it. And yeah, since I first saw a video with it, I think it was Raw Beauty Christie's video I saw when it came out, probably 3-4 years ago. I've wanted it since then. It's always out of stock, and there it was in stock. And I also got the Gemini 2. I'll show you the outer box for that one, very similar to the box for the Gemini 1. And gorgeous rose packaging on the outside of that one as well, and the same rose embossing on the shades. And I love rosy tones, and I love green tones, and I love them together. And it's got deep shimmers in here. They're just so beautiful. There's one called Matteo, that green one. Oh my god, it's just stunning. So a lot of people were saying, oh, they wanted a lighter shimmer to replace some of these tones at the bottom. I absolutely didn't. I love deep dark shimmers like this, and smoky eyes and dramatic looks, but kind of a bit more on the neutralish side. So this palette was made for me, quite honestly. Came out in the summer when I wasn't really looking at YouTube videos, so I kind of, you know, it went past my radar a little bit, but oh, it's stunning. Now, in my defense for these, so they're normally £49 on Beauty Bay, because they're $58 on the Melt site, but they're £49 on Beauty Bay. And they had them reduced to £34.25 each, but you could stack a code an extra 15% off. So got both of them in the end for less than £60, and just couldn't resist it. So I think that's really sensible shopping on my part, because they're things I'm really going to treasure in my collection. I'm such a Melt collector, love the shades, love the formula of Melt. And so yeah, I've not been swayed by all of the new things that are coming out, of which, you know, things come out, people talk about them once and then they're kind of moving on to the next thing. I feel like these are the sort of palettes that have got longevity, that are still available, that a lot of people will still be talking about, but that I absolutely love. So yeah, super happy with my haul. I hope you've enjoyed seeing maybe a little haul from me, because I know I used to do hauls a lot. You guys used to always love to see the hauls. Stopped doing it because I just couldn't afford to buy all the things, but you know, there's quite a lot of money's worth of makeup here, don't get me wrong. It's been over sort of 2 months though, but yeah, I've spent a lot here. Got one more thing I want to get on Black Friday, and it's because it's always out of stock again and I missed it when it came out last year, and that's the Bad Witch Club palette from Give Me Glow. And it's not a new palette by any means. They've got a Halloween one, oh, what is it, something like Haunted Pumpkin or something. I'll pop a picture up for you. Looks gorgeous, but I don't think I need that one. But I've always been attracted to the teals and the purples and that pop of coral that's in the Bad Witch Club palette. And they're restocking everything on Black Friday. Their shipping is quite expensive. I think it's $25, but it's the only way I'm going to get that palette. I can't stop thinking about it. I've been thinking about it since it came out. So that I'm going to get as my 15th, and that is going to be it. I can't get anything else this year, not palette wise anyway. But yeah, super excited to add these things to my collection. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. The next video that I do will be with one of these palettes. I'll pop up a poll on my community tab asking you which of the 5 palettes you want to see me use first, and that's what I'll film with next. So if you watch this one, you'll get a sneak peek of everything here, and as I say, anyone that didn't get a chance to watch it, they're going to get an input into what I film, because I want to film the things that you want to see. So guys, I hope you've been keeping safe and well. I'm so sorry that I'm kind of a bit flaky just lately. I say I'm going to start uploading regularly again, but I really did have an excuse this time. Like, I can't wait to go and lay down with a hot water bottle now, because these muscles are still hurting even though it's been like 2 weeks in. I think when you hurt your side muscles, it can take like a couple of months to get better. So I'm doing all the right things. I iced it at the beginning, I've been heat treating it now, and I've been able to walk okay. It's just sleeping. I can't sleep on one side or the other. I've got to sleep on my back, and my back hurts. It's the whole thing. But yeah, I am on the mend, and I'm going to try and get videos up a bit more frequently, a couple of times a week through November. So I hope you're keeping safe and well yourselves, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel and you want to be subscribed, then please think about doing so. But other than that, hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.